Living in an English-centered nation like America, we are used to the overplayed pop tunes on our radio stations from American-born artists such as Taylor Swift, Chris Brown, Fall Out Boy, Demi Lovato, to international pop artists like Adele, Ed Sheeran, Troye Sivan, and many others who are making it big today. Although as a nation we claim to be listeners of multiple voices and backgrounds, we fail to realize that there are more than just English-spoken voices to listen to. The last time a non-English song was popularized in America was Psy's Gangnam Style in 2012, and before that there was only a short period of time when Hispanic artists like Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, and Shakira made their way onto American music charts. And although these songwriters were gaining recognition, it was for their songs sung in English. Why are we as Americans so opposed to exposure to other cultures besides our own? Typically, the first thing you hear when someone finds out you listen to music in another language is, how are you able to enjoy it if you don't know what they are saying? Well, contrary to popular belief, you can enjoy a song for its rhythm, style, emotion, harmonies, movement, and many other factors. If throughout high school or college you decide to join a choir, you will almost always sing a song in another language. Lakes' choir director, Mr. Johnston, shared his thoughts on the culture exploration students experience in a choir class.
What we do in choir is kind of unique because we explore other people's cultures through music. So it's kind of cool because you get to learn a little bit how to speak a culture, you learn a little bit about where the song came from, and then through that you also learn about the people. And so what's beyond that, what's really unique is that music is a language. It's the universal language. And so we get the ability to explore the people's cultures because of that, because regardless of where you are on this planet, every culture has some kind of music. They have that one thing in common, that element, that visceral quality of sound. Even if it's not what we would consider music, we learn a little bit more about that.
Miss Lehman, a science teacher, shared her experience as a choir student in high school. She says, at the end of the year, we sang Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from the movie Lilo and Stitch. It was sung in Hawaiian. It was hard to learn, but once we learned it, singing and performing it was very fun. Learning pieces for choir may be difficult, especially since you have to learn how to pronounce a whole new language, but being able to learn a piece of music and being exposed to a small portion of another culture is exciting and may introduce you to new music that you never would have been exposed to before. Another common way people are exposed to new music is through foreign language classes. While you are being exposed to the language and culture in the class, you get the chance to listen to the music as well. Mrs. Bauer was introduced to Latin music in her high school Spanish class and became interested in a Colombian musician named Juanes her senior year. She even went to see him live at Madison Square Garden. She says, I enjoyed looking up lyrics to Spanish songs online and trying to translate them. And then she goes on to say, even if you don't entirely understand the lyrics, the music is still fun to listen to. And it has been nice to see more people enjoying Latin music with the popularity of Zumba fitness classes. People find they can enjoy music through all different kinds of mediums. Whether you listen to it once a week at a dance class or have created your own Spotify playlist, there is no limit to the amount of platforms you can find non-English music on. Tiara Isom, a junior at Lakes High School, shares her experience listening to Korean pop music.
Here, our music is generally the same, and you can listen to a song, and it sounds exactly like a song you've heard before, and it's the same kind of genre. So I listen to K-pop because it comes in all different shapes and forms, and it's never really the same, and their lyrics have more meaning than what we have here. I think it's left me more open to how I perceive things, because at first I didn't really like K-pop. I thought it was kind of weird like everyone else, but then I'm like, I like the way that this beat goes. And then I'm like, I like how these people perceive themselves, other than what we have here, where sometimes music can bring you down. You don't have to listen to it and think that you should know everything about it off the bat. It's gonna sound different, it's gonna sound new, and it could be put into any sort of situation.
While listening to and enjoying music is the most important factor, you can also be exposed to other things through the music. By listening to music in a different language, you could end up interested in wanting to speak that language. The music can also be used as a bridge between yourself and that culture. And with this, you can find yourself taking on a new worldly perspective or finding opportunities you probably never even knew you could take. I'm Cole Larson with Eagle Eye News.